Hi there, and welcome to my Stellaris Let's Play, Confederation of Kaan. This is episode 7. In this episode, we're going to find out how far the Confederation are willing to go, what they're willing to do to survive the horrors of the Chim Swarm. Welcome back to the Confederation of Kaan. The year is 2269, and we are now at war with the Chim Swarm. Chim Swarm are at war with us and our neighbours, the Yaston battle clans, and then the Valdari horde is kind of enjoying themselves in the meantime between them. Lingol fell to a combined fleet power of somewhere in the region of 30,000. Nothing we could do about it. It was very unfortunate. But at the moment they haven't taken the planet. They're just moving through our space. So we're going to try and disrupt them as much as we possibly can. And to do that, we are recruiting and building armies on our worlds and strongholds where we can. We are going to put up a valiant defense against the alien hordes, or at least we hope we are. And Lingol itself is now still very powerful. I mean, we built quite a good star base there, quite helpful. Now it's Medea's turn to fall. And we have two ships here. Let's just quickly make sure there is a leader there. Here they come. It's not, the battle probably won't last long. One cruiser down. The other cruiser, I believe, might have retreated. Nope. Both destroyed. But we are causing some war exhaustion, which is good. If we can keep hold of the planets and slow them down, we could lose the systems, but that'll be okay. Let's see what we can do. They are bombarding our planet, but as of yet, we haven't seen any ground forces. So that's something. That's definitely something. Hisnak's Armada are returning somewhere, and we've just been elected as a member of the Galactic Council. Finally, we can get things done. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to declare an emergency measure, which is Charter of Workers' Rights. Okay, so at the moment we've actually lost nothing except Marfak here, which does have some alloys and some energy. It's a good system, but overall it's not. And there's Fortress. Okay, if we can get this fortress and build one on Lingol, we can actually lock down their fleets. And we're building a stronghold on Indig's refuge. Our core worlds are still safe, and their fleets I think have moved off to try and deal with this threat here. But goodness me, their fleets are really going to have a hard time actually doing much damage, our allies' fleets, if they can even survive in the war. I mean, if they're forced to surrender to the Khan, that will not be good. Let's make sure not to rebuild these corvettes. We don't want them. Okay, and we'll upgrade the Armada. How much would that be? 115. Yeah, let's try that. And then how far? 1 month. Okay. What kind of fleets are we seeing? That's just a small fleet. That's okay. Well, I say floor meat. Their small fleets are roughly the same size as our bigger fleets, which is it's definitely something. Let's go here with the gene tailoring, I think. And then on Lingol, the most important thing is we need that fortress. We need that fortress yesterday, because that will give a planetary FTL inhibitor. And if we can lock down Lingol, which is what we were hoping to do before, we wouldn't have even lost Medea or Marfak. And if we can lock down Lingol as well, it makes Medea completely pointless for them. They can bombard us, they can kill our pops. Oh, they're probably on Armageddon stance, are they? No, just indiscriminate. So, the enigmatic cache is just casually having a look at what's going on. That's that's quite funny. But we're kind of doing okay. We're alive, and that's all that we can ask for right now. We actually need the ability to produce crystals. Do we have that? Yes, we do. Okay, buy some more. And again, okay, just more regular ships, that's fine. But where are these ships going? They're going up there to bombard. Well, we can take the bombardment as long as we can block off their 260 days. I mean, this fortress might not be ready in time. I mean, worst case, more guard here. This stronghold, we're going to upgrade that, and then that will be our contingency, our worst case. And we have finally met the curator order. Well, it's about high time. Okay, we just need to get their war exhaustion up high enough to be able to crack them. I'm actually going to spend my alloys on a habitat. I want to have a fortress world here. That way, maybe this little sector here at the end could be our last refuge against the swarms and the hordes. We're losing the construction ship now. Goodness, that was quick. Indig's refuge is very unhappy. We're going to go to martial law, though. And we're going to turn everyone into soldiers. Because right now, what we need is armies. Oh no, and they've taken Triffin. It's actually quite unfortunate because these systems here, I really wanted to keep hold of them. They were nice systems. We're definitely not going to lose Nokam, Medea, and Lingol, though, if we can get this fortress world up and we can maintain. Right, they've only got a small fleet there, so let's move this fleet up, our main combat fleet. We can afford to lose Weirham if we can lock off Lingol and then take it back. So almost there on Lingol. How many days left? 96. Okay. Let's go with another soldier job, another army job. Let's improve our armor. We saw from last time that their ships are quite poor against armor. What have they got? Disruptors and the Ripper auto cannons. I suspect they have lots of those then. You know, we're under bombardment, but so far Lingol is bombardment free, and we've got a garrison there of 854. Okay, and in 7 days now, we'll have locked off the... here we go. Bam. So now we should have locked off your planetary FTL inhibitor. The fleets here are stuck. They can't penetrate further into our space. This fleet, we're going to send our main battle fleet in, and we're going to knock them out. And what a great time for an election. So, who are the candidates? There is our current ruler, champion of the people, logistic understanding. Secure the borders. Well, that didn't work. His agenda, I must say, in securing the borders has somewhat failed. There are fleets running through our space. Yeah, that's not been great. On the other hand, do we want anyone else to be ruling? I'd actually say at this point, no, we really don't. So we're re-electing the failure known as Darmug. I say that with a great degree of pain. Did I not? Synthetic crystal plants. I did. Fantastic. And now we're going to upgrade this into a fortress as well, just to really kind of lock off where we are. And what? 563 garrison there. And still, I'm not seeing any ships coming in. I've not seen any sort of a fleet, any sort of army. Interestingly, the primitives here have been completely left alone. They are stuck inside a nebula. Maybe they just haven't noticed them. Quite interesting. And the Kaan is continuing to expand, really smashing into the battle clans. The battle clans have now been vastly reduced. They're down to 4 worlds and a population of 53, which is, they were on 10 worlds quite a while ago. We go to our contact log. Yeah, so goodness me. So our neighbors are really on the back foot. They're all inferior to us now. But these 2 worlds that have been bombarded, Indig's Refuge and the habitat Nokam, they've got a few population on there, but they're not really a priority for us. You know, if anything, they're actually more of a drain on our resources. This is our commercial. That was our research habitat, and Indig's Refuge it's under martial law. No armies, however. Maybe if we try and recruit some more, see if that will work for us. What we really want actually at this point is, I've gone for this gene tailoring because I kind of want to get into clone armies. If we can get some clone armies, we can really expand with that quite quickly. And Lingol's been cut off. Okay. So actually at this point we should create a new sector. Let's create a new sector quickly, and we will throw the intellectual in there. Why not? Oh, we've run out of something. What have we run out of? Oh no, it's probably the crystals. Yep. Let's just buy some crystals quickly so that we don't ruin everything. Synthetic crystal plants should be up and running any minute now, and that will fix that problem. Brilliant. So we are on the back foot. We've not lost any worlds, and that's the most important thing here. We've not lost worlds. We've only lost so far 3 systems. They're big systems here. I'm looking at quite a lot of minerals and energy across them. But as you can see, so we were getting 3 energy from this system. Now they're getting 7. And that's due to the bonuses the AI is getting because we are on the hardest difficulty. Right, so they brought a transport fleet in. 662. Let's just pause it briefly and see if we've got any better leaders. Army morale, army damage. Yeah, that's going to be slightly better. Let's go with that then. Get the young one. Here we are. Okay, and we will keep recruiting some armies. It's definitely not something to sniff at that they've come in with such a large... The devastation is going to start going up now. Let's go to martial law. And we've gone up to a garrison of 1,200. Okay, with the martial law there. Fantastic. I mean, they are really knocking down our forces, but it's going to take them time. Time they can't... Oh, they can probably afford it. That's probably not quite true. Let's go with that command there. Yeah, they're knocking down some of our armies. We're going to build more, but it's going to be at a slower rate. Let's bring that fleet back. And we'll also bring up a scientist now and just research this. Let's see if we can grab some technology from them. They're only at 33% war exhaustion. And they are really actually quite rapidly knocking down our garrison. And this war might even cause us to lose our spot on the Galactic Council, which would definitely not be my favourite thing to happen. Absolutely not. But how are we doing? They are not going to accept war from us until peace from us until much later on. My main hope here is that the Valdari Horde can come and take on the Chim Swarm, and that will divert their fleets away from us. But I'm concerned by the fact that our planetary... the building's not destroyed. Maybe it's when the devastation gets high enough. Ah! It's above 50%, so the STL inhibitor no longer functions, of course. Darn it. We are probably going to lose this world. It's possible. Right, and that was another pasting for our fleet there in Morgard. Oh, the Charter of Workers' Rights failed. Darn it. Oh, we lost so much diplomatic weight. Ah, well. So far we haven't lost a single world, and we will try to keep that up as long as possible. But they are really... Here they go, look, smashing through our armies with their bombardment from space. And now there's troops on the ground on Lingol. Alright. Why have we got no general? That is unfortunate. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Here we go. We're slightly in the lead now. 370 down to 330. Maybe we can just win. It's going to be by the skin of our teeth if we do, though. And our reserves are coming back into the fight now. 293. I think we might have fended off this invasion. Big congratulations to our troops on the ground. This is a big upset for the Horde, for the Chim Swarm, and they've fallen back from Lingo. Oh no, and they've come back again. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. They are in disarray then, and we fended them off. Absolutely brilliant. That is a real big upset for them. We've, yeah, I'm very proud of our defenders down there on Lingol 3. That is something to write home about. increase our... What should we go for? You know, I don't mind. Let's go with that. Let's go with the clone army. That's what we wanted. And then here, let's take a look at wormhole travel, because we'll need that if we want to have any hope of coming back from this war. Yeah, once we get to 100%, we'll be able to force them to settle status quo. Which, yeah, it's unfortunate that we lost the devastation got so high on Lingo. Really, we need a shield generator there or something like that, but there's only so much you can do. But the Yaston battle clans, as you can see, they've got apparently 2 worlds left. I don't quite believe that's the case. Where are they both? One's in the Shinobu system. They're going to lose that. Yeah. I mean, in comparison, we've survived compared to our friends and allies. Some sort of weird kind of bug with the AI here, where they keep going off, doing a tiny bit of bombardment, and then running away again. Not quite sure what that's all about, but what can you do? The AI can behave a bit weirdly. I'm going to stop buying those crystals. We don't need to buy them anymore. But we are going to buy some food. The Valdari Horde, they have really exploded here. Maybe we should discuss surrendering with them. We would lose some naval cap, some energy income, some mineral income. There we get to become more powerful. Maybe they can actually defeat the Chim. Maybe they can do what no one else could, and defeat the Chim swarm. And which planet is low stability? I can guess it's all 3 of them. Yeah, but they're not using Armageddon bombardment stance, which I'm definitely thankful for. But they're really they're called, you know, that's it's definitely causing a bit of a purge. A definite purge. We have plenty of soldiers though. Lots of Equanis, and I have to say they did, as I said before, a fantastic job in that previous engagement. Absolutely wow. You know what? A stronghold might be a good thing to have on our home world. Coalition of Ospra has declared the Chim Swarm their rival. Well, goodbye, Coalition. 441 fleet power, and the Chim Swarm have 2,400. It's ludicrously better. Okay, they have pulled back. They've pulled back, and yeah, as far as I can tell, they've just retreated. And as our devastation ticks up again, we should start getting our housing back. So as you can see, our housing, everyone's out at the moment. No one's in a house really. The pious theocracy has submitted to the Great Khan. I think that the Yaston battle clans would love to, but they actually can't due to oh, what's happening here? Some sort of engagement. I think the Chim Swarm just took out some Valdari Horde forces. I think that's what we just witnessed there. The Asari Mandate closed their borders to us. We don't care about that. General died. Okay. The important one, though, this habitat is now complete. So let's colonize it. Okay, so they sent more just 36. Oh, bugger. So just that 36 is probably going to be enough to give us some real issues. Can we do anything about that? We could attempt to make some clone armies. And we've lost Indig's refuge. The population there, they're just going to die. And fortunately, that was none of our... fortunately, even, none of our precious population were killed, because they were more of these people here, the Yaston. So that's definitely an interesting set of events going on. Looking here, I actually want to grab probably synthetics, but maybe I'll go with Voidborn. I might just wait a little longer for that one. In terms of which one I want to go with next, maybe diplomacy might be what's necessary to survive. Having said that, if we go with diplomacy, it's not really much benefit apart from forming a federation, which we can't do right now. But actually I'm going to go with diplomacy because we're going to want to attempt to form a federation when we can. We'll withdraw our envoy from the Yaston battle clans. We will also just check on our research, and the research institute will be perfect, thank you. And in terms of policies, we're going to change to the cooperative policy. That is going to boost our diplomatic weight. Some more corvettes, a single transport fleet. I mean, they're at 68%. And they started trying to bombard this system. Okay, so let's go to martial law. Oh, we declared martial law slightly too late, did we? Darn it. We lost Medea. We still have Nokam. Their fleets are in our space, though. They don't seem to have really come to blows with the Valdari Horde, however. It's very interesting. We are at 70% war exhaustion, though. And most of that is probably from... So 70% war exhaustion, 35% from attrition, 21% from space battles, 14% from the ground battles, because we vanquished 71 armies. Brilliant. Or at least 71 armies have been killed in total. We've lost a lot of ships, though. They could force us to surrender at almost any time. Let's also make sure we continue to monitor what our people are doing. And actually, I've got 5 unemployment here. I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm just going to throw a commercial zone in. And I'm going to do the same here. Clerks are crap, absolutely crap. Don't get me wrong, they're the worst of the worst, but unemployment is slightly worse. And they're bringing in more and more firepower to deal with us. But we shall never surrender. We haven't even lost Lingol, the pride of our civilization and fleet. Oh, sorry, no, we lost the pride of our fleet. That's completely... That's incorrect. And we've also... we also do need to employ... We've run out of admirals. No one wants to be an admiral anymore. That's... Oops. Let's just throw that in there. The only way realistically that this, I suppose, could get any worse would be if the Tesnid Shah decided this was their moment to awaken. At that point, yeah, that's kind of where you call it a day, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, we've lost one planet, and that was a world that we only just started colonizing very recently. There were only 3 or 4 pops left after the orbital bombardment, but still, it's... Oh, and luckily they've still got our distributed luxuries. Well, how good for them. That's very good, isn't it? Oh my goodness me. And again, we need to be recruiting more armies. Yeah, I'm just going to stop queuing up these clone armies. They're really not helping. There's nothing else we can do at Lingol. The planet's been blasted into a husk. Everything has pretty much been... Everyone's dead. There's 12 pops left. Who's left? 1 Estuani and 11 Equinians. In the time of unrest, they're now turning to religion. Oh no, come on guys. Don't let the side down. Well, battleships, that's... I mean, it's too late for this war, but you know what, in the next war, maybe, just maybe... Oh, well, we're losing Lingol. Oh goodness. And we've lost Gibbon. And Nostra, right. Tell me that's from the Chim Swarm. Fantastic. Wanton abuses like this cannot be overlooked. Behold the Chim Swarm, the Chim form, glorious and bared for all to admire. Contrast with the paltry Estuani, cowering under their layers of cloth, knowing that the world does not want to see their sad frames. Wow. So they're basically getting naked in front of us going, look how pretty we look. Yeah, these guys... We didn't have... No, we didn't. Okay. And then here, let's go with something. I guess the galactic bureaucracy thing. They're about to come through here and explode into our space as well, into our core space. They're only at 79%. We've simply not managed to hold them as long as we hoped. What are the takeaways from this game? I definitely say, to start with, you know, try not to get completely trapped behind determined exterminator, devouring swarm, whatever they're called, and a stagnant ascendancy, fallen empire. That's a problem. And then, if you are trapped, make friends who are powerful. Didn't quite manage that. We did our best, but here is the last planet of the light water with 15 population. You know, I almost want to close borders to them or something. They're just pathetic. Yeah, pathetic. But yes, the chimp swarm there are. It's a kind of Valdari horde versus chimp swarm is what we're looking at. And they still haven't taken those worlds yet. But they probably reduced Lingol to... Yeah, there's no armies left on Lingol. Ah, the Yaston battle clans has now become a satrapy. Would that mean that if I surrender to them, does that end the war, or does that just bring them into it? And the war is over. The war is over. Peace in our time. I mean, probably should have done that slightly earlier. Could have kept Medea and a few more of these systems. But we've kept the core of our worlds. I mean, I say that. Some of these planets have hardly anyone left alive on them. We don't need a leisure district right now. So now we need to save our economy. What we need is both energy and food. And how are we going to achieve that? Well, I'm going to start off by selling consumer goods, buying enough food. Let's see how that does to start with. We might even sell some alloys. But the war against the chimp swarm, we went on as long as we could. In the end, we had no option really but to surrender to the Valdari horde, just like the Yaston battle clans did. I think now the Valdari horde might go on to engulf the galaxy, and we'll see what happens when the great Kaan dies. And that's where I'm going to leave this episode. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you've got any feedback, please leave a comment. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.